Welcome back, everybody. This is Herbie with my Nomadic Dream. It's another day here in Quartzsite. I did finish all of my electrical. I even got my solar panels out, but I haven't mounted them on top yet. Until I do, I just got to run my cables out to them, plug them in, and charge my batteries. But I also have my DC to DC wired in, so when I'm driving I'm charging, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm just gonna plug this in really quick and I'll be right back. Got them plugged in. Now I just need to come over here, flip the solar switch on so that it's generating power. But check it out, I got everything mounted, got my batteries in place, nice and secure. I did run my length of wires, and I did get everything wired into breakers yesterday. So that's all ready to go. So all I have to do when I'm ready is unwind the wires, run them to where they will be, put in the outlet, and I'm good. I am going to have one exterior outlet that I'm going to be mounting right here. And that one is also going to be linked to an outlet towards the front that will be used inside. And so the two things that are left to do basically is my 30 amp shore power needs to be mounted here and wired to my Victron, and mounting the solar panels on top of the bus. But I'm able to generate power right now, so that's not a priority. What is a priority for today is cutting my bed slats, because I've ordered my mattress from Wilderness RV Mattresses, and that should be arriving sometime this week. So when that's here, I can start building my cabinets, which will be going along there, and running the outlets. I did get a new shower tent because that one is pretty flimsy in the wind and it sucks. So I got another one that I'm going to put next to it. So one's going to be a shower tent that's going to go there, and that one's going to be changing. I'm going to face them a certain way to where I can just hop between them and have total privacy. What else is going on? Oh, I did get my backup camera mounted and my wide load beeper disconnected. So I'll be making a video on that backup camera probably in the next couple of days. Yeah, it's just working, just tackling small projects that turn into larger projects that are finished. It's pretty nice. This coming Friday is Halloween, which means that I'll be going to Lori's Way's first potluck of the season over at her camp. That's going to be pretty good. I'm thinking of making Mexican corn, but not corn on the cob. I'm going to put all the stuff into a bowl and take it over there because that stuff is delicious. But I'm going to stop talking, grab the wood that I need, make some measurements, and just start sawing away. I got all of my supplies out there. Now I just need to double check these measurements because I don't want to be wasteful at all. Should be 54 inches, which it is 54 inches right on the money. So I'm going to cut it 54 nominal. If you guys don't know what that is, that means short of 54 inches. Yep. Maybe 53 3/4. We'll see. So, got my measurement. Now it's time to mark and cut. Got the first board cut. So I'm just gonna throw it in here. Just check it. I actually might need more because I'm not gonna have enough. But that's basically what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna space them probably with like a 4 or 5 inch gap. But I am definitely gonna need a lot more than what I got. It's always something. But I'm gonna cut the other ones and get them in here and go from there. I will be sanding all of the edges nice and round with my power sander so that everything doesn't have a sharp edge, because that would suck if I cut my leg on it. But got my 3 pieces all sanded on the edges and everything. Put them in here. An important thing to know is that there is a rough section and a smooth section to these boards. So you want the rough down and the soft up. So it's going to make everything so much better. But that's basically what it's going to look like all the way across. So I need a lot more. So I guess I know what I'm doing tomorrow morning. Or maybe today, once it gets hot, I'll drive to Home Depot and grab me a couple more of these boards. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do because it's still brutally hot here. All right, I'm going to pre-drill these into place over here. That way, they're in place. I can figure out how wide I want them. And then I can figure out how many more I need before I drive to Lake Havasu and grab more than what I need. But, yeah, that's the wiring setup. I got the very first board mounted and in place. So what I'm gonna do is every other. So I got the other board mounted right here. So first one, second one that I'm using as a spacer, and then this one will actually be getting mounted here. So it's gonna be boom, 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 boom. So I just need to drill a couple pilot holes. And you don't want to make it so tight that you can't get that spacer board out, because that totally defeats the purpose of all of this stuff. So I've done pre-drilled, and I got the 2 already fastened down so that I can get this exactly where I want it to be, because I can remove this board and everything's exactly where I need it to be. 2 in, a bunch more to go. Now with many more to go, I need to grab my tape measure, measure this whole entire thing out, and actually figure out how many pieces I need to go. Because if that's 3, then that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 pieces. But I want to be sure. All right, it is 87 inches complete frame, and each one is 2.5 inches. So 87 divided by 2.5 is the math that I need to figure out. And that math is 34.8 pieces divided by 2, and that's just under 18. So I'm gonna get me 20 pieces, because I'm sure I can use the other pieces for something else. So yeah, 20 1x3s is what they are, and I can get this whole thing slatted. And yeah, that means that once that's slatted and I get that hole drilled, I'm gonna have to do everything on the floor. I can't pretzel myself into this area again. I'm gonna have to worm myself in. With all of that being said, I'm gonna clean up my camp, get the solar panels unplugged from the bus, and take a journey out to Lake Havasu's Home Depot, because that's where I got that lumber from, and I want to get the same stuff. Oh man, there goes my day, but at least I'll be in AC. But until next time, I promise to bring you back for some more updates. I do plan on filming, preparing for Lori's Ways potluck along with going there. So stay tuned for that. That should be good. And eventually, once this is done, we can go exploring new campsites, new areas, and all of that amazing nomadic stuff that I've been waiting to do. So I hope you guys have a good day, and later guys. Bye.